I got caught in November. By July of 2005, I was on the yard already. My conspiracy was 10 to life. They came with 10 to life was what the conspiracy was. This case carried 10 to life. So when they came with the 10 to life, it's fucked up because that was my grandmother's first time at court. Yeah. My grandmother came that one day. They was like, well, you know, he looking 10 to life and shit. The case carried 10 to life. My grandmother down there fainted and shit, you know what I mean? You know, not my baby and shit. Yeah, your baby and shit. 10 to life. So I told Drew, they come with 10, we gonna jump on it, on me. Drew really hold on. Think I ain't did shit to get 10 motherfucking years. And I felt I felt it. Drew, you was a lower level, you know, drug dealer, you know what I mean? But because you let Mob James suck you into the, you know, because it's information in my paperwork that states that Mob James said, hey, you got this shit from FG, right? Because FG be having that fire. He got sucked into the Mob James shit. So I really believe that the 4.5 years went on because Mob James thought he was gonna get another action at me. He couldn't get action at me and shit, you know what I mean? So he had to get he had to get his friend Drew. They was friends, homie.
So how close, I was gonna ask you, how close was Mob James and Drew?
They was tight. They was tight to the point to where Mob James' wife car broke down. Drew was gonna go pick up his wife and take her to work or take Mob James to where he needed to be. They was partners, homie. You know what I mean? I'm sure at some point, you know, fuck me. You know, I keep saying that. I'm sure at some point Mob James like, damn, I can't take Drew down. But the feds like, FG can't go down without Drew. He took his partner down, homie. This is what kind of piece of shit dude was, Alex.
So did you ever, I mean, how's Drew feeling? How much time did Drew have to do?
Drew got the same 10 I got. You know, like I told Drew, blood, we get 10, we can take it. You know what I mean? I directed Drew through his whole case, but Drew ain't been through no shit like this. Drew ain't even been to the state prison. You know what I mean? So when we get to the federal level, Drew, they come with 10, blood, we taking it. Because for the 10 was winning for me. And, you know what I mean?
And when you was going through your discovery, even though Drew told you right away, what was obvious to you that Mob James was working with the FBI?
Shit, the discovery. We got the discovery and started really reading our shit. Drew remembered a little bit more than I remember because I was dealing with so many motherfuckers that, you know, when you come to talk about your life in the penitentiary, you gonna remember fast. You know what I mean? So when Drew really put me up to speed. Nigga, this Mob James, nigga. Back in the day, whoop, 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 you know, blood came and did this and that, you know, whoopty, whoopty, whoop. I'm like, I started doing my due diligence on what time, what carries. So my ideology was, I dropped off powder. Nigga, I dropped off powder. I'm gonna fight this shit. You know what I mean? I dropped off powder. I left with powder, and I never collected no money. You know what I mean? But my judge came and said, you know, which was ironic, she retired right now. The U.S. attorney retired right now. My judge said, listen, she damn near talked to me like a mama. She said, listen, baby, you got a conspiracy. It ain't about what you did, it's about the conspiracy and about what she laid it out for me, homie. You know what I mean? The judge, you know what I mean? Laid it out for me like, listen, what you did was you got caught on saying that this, that, and the other, so you conspired. You know, it ain't about what you left, you know, because everybody know you left powder. That don't matter. You conspired when you said, ask the little homie to whip it up, that was a crack conspiracy. You know what I mean? That locked you into the 10-year mandatory minimum. You know, when I got sentenced, homie, she asked the court, she said, listen, she asked the U.S. attorney and she asked a lawyer. She said, listen, if it's any time I can give him under 120 months, y'all let me know, I'll give it to him right now. You got a 10-year mandatory minimum. It was 50 grams of crack, gonna get you 10 years mandatory minimum. And even though I left powder, I conspired on the crack, and they gave me 10 years. I mean, and only thing about it though, Alex, is this: had I had a prior, they would have gave me an A51 enhancement and gave me the 20 years. They would double me up. That's what the homies is getting 20 years. They do what they doing is you get called a dope case. You had a dope case prior, so we gonna double you. We gonna give you an 851 enhancement, and that make your 10 into 20. I hadn't had a prior before. I never had a dope case in my life. This is my first dope case, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I sold dope my whole career.
So this is going back to this 10-year run. You had a hell of a 10-year run.
Yeah.
When you got arrested, you mentioned seeing Lip Dog and some other dudes that you knew. Was their case somewhat related to your case?
Lip Dog said, no, I'm gonna be honest with you, you know what I mean? Because I don't do no faking. You know what I mean? Ain't no faking with me, Alex. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers that know me know I'm 100%. You know, they know I don't, like I said, I ain't an interview type of dude. You know what I mean? I handle mine in the streets, but on everything. When we got cracked that day, it was me, Dollar Bill, Irby, Drew, Lip. Dollar Bill go in the room. He come right out. 30 seconds. You know, Drew go in the room. He come out 30 seconds. Irby go in the room. He come out 30 seconds. Lip go in the room. He in here for 2 minutes. Now, I already know what they asking in the room is they asking, do you want to see the evidence that's presented upon you? Do you want to know what you charged with? For me, I said no because this ain't a courtroom. This a backyard. This a back room. I don't do back rooms. I learned that way back when I was motherfucker 18 years old. I don't do back rooms. So Lip say, I want to know what was charged against me. On everything. Probably Lip was back there probably about 2 minutes. Lip the one came on and said, look, Paru Mob James. I looked at Drew and looked at everybody else because I don't fuck with Mob James. You know what I mean? I'm thinking shit, that's his case. But really, that's how we know.
So how much time did he have to do on his case?
Lip got more time than all of us, to be honest with you. And me and Lip had a little problem and shit, you know what I mean? But because Lip stayed in there longer than the rest of us, you know what I mean, to figure out what his case was, you know, I just was denying shit just based on, I ain't in the courtroom, so I ain't gonna talk. The only thing that Feds was asking, do you want to see the evidence that's held against you? I denied it, and everybody else denied it. You know what I mean? So it ain't like I'm saying nothing faulty against the homie Lip. It's just more like Lip wanted to see his evidence, you know what I mean? And Lip the one that came on and said, blood is Mob James.
Thanks for watching StreetTV.net. If you're not subscribed, please hit that button below and click the bell to receive alerts and notifications. Feel free to comment below so you can give us your feedback, and be sure to watch the 2 related episodes to the right. If you want to support this platform or follow us on social media, visit the links in the description. And thanks for watching StreetTV.net.